like the Motorola RAZR 2023. This is the regular one. This is not the Plus, which I have the Plus. I've covered it extensively. It's my favorite flip phone of the year, but there's definitely plenty of consideration that you should put towards the little guy. And I say little guy, it's the same size. It's just maybe the lighter version. So normal MSRP $699, and at that price I was like, okay, that's $300 less than what the other flip phones cost. At the time, the RAZR Plus $999, the Z Flip 5 $999. So this is squarely in the more affordable price category. But the nice thing is it came out towards the end of the year. Motorola is trying to be competitive. Right now, you can get it for $499, which I think is a really good deal. It has a Snapdragon 7 Generation 1, which is a very good chip. And I know there might be some thoughts out there about, well, it's not a flagship chip. Well, this is not a flagship phone. Even when you look at the RAZR Plus, it is a Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1. So if you want more power, more sophistication, go that route. And it's actually on sale for $699 right now. And on Best Buy, you can get an additional like $50 gift card. I think towards both, but I know towards the Plus. Of course, if you watch this video a month from now, that won't be the case. But this phone, I've really enjoyed it. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, like 4,200 milliamp battery, wireless charging at 5 watts, wired charging at 30 watts. It has the vegan leather on the front and on the back. We'll get a closer up look at this in a minute, I promise you. You won't just be staring at my face the whole video. But you've got the 1.5-inch screen on the outside, which this very much harkens back to the days of the original the original Z Flips. So we had the Z Flip, Z Flip 5G, Z Flip 3, Z Flip 4, and then we finally got the Z Flip 5 that has the big exterior front screen that's more usable. So we're not too far removed from having just a tiny little notification screen on the front, which I mean is very capable. You can control your media, you can see the weather on here, you can have a couple of little things. So I think that's fine. It's just enough to let you know you got a notification, you got a phone call, you got a text message. Of course, you can double press the power button, pull it up, open it up the camera so you can use it for photos or for video, or you can just do the simple wrist twist gesture, which Motorola is known for, and access it that way. And of course, one of my favorite features is the chop feature, where if you do the chopping motion, you can turn the flashlight on and off, which I think is great. I love being able to do that because I use my flashlight a lot. I work a lot at nighttime. Right now it's the daytime. I'm being a little proactive right now because my youngest son has the flu, and he had 102-degree temperature the other day, and my wife is sick, and I feel like I'm getting bombarded with germs everywhere. So I'm trying to record this in hopes I don't get sick the next few days. But I like this phone. Aluminum body. It's got a plastic front and back that this vegan leather is attached to, which I think is pretty durable. It really gives it a unique look and a unique feel. It has this nice texture to it. Ever since I got my RAZR Plus, I'm like, man, this is nice. So I like that. Of course, it does run the hazard of getting dinged up. You're not really going to put a case on this because, I mean, you're going to cover up leather. That's not really how this stuff works. I mean, I haven't even looked to see if there's a case for it because it has a leather on the front and the back. So it's not even like, okay, we'll put a protective one on the front, because you can do that with the RAZR Plus. You could put a protective case or at least a screen protector on the front to give it some protection. So definitely be careful with this one. I mean, you can check Amazon. I just honestly haven't looked to see if there's a case because I have no need for it. The hinge is nice and it's flat. And it's funny because so many of the things that we've been complaining about for so long with these flip phones, this phone is far ahead of that. I mean, it's got a very minimal flat hinge. It's got a very, very minimal crease on the inside. And when you take a look at it, let me turn the screen off there. I mean, it's got a really, really good crease in it. The way they do the hinge on this, it's got a big 6.8-inch screen, 1080p, 144 hertz refresh rate. It's got everything that you could want at $499. Like at $499, this phone is fantastic. I don't see how anybody could ever be upset with it at $499. The thing is, we've been going for a long time trying to get a cheaper flip phone because they were all $999. And when they first came out, I believe the Z Flip, what was it, $1,380? And then it went to like $1,449, and then it was like $999 finally. So to be able to get a flip phone with all this technology and all these things you can do, it's got the 2 cameras on the back. You got an ultra wide and a regular camera. You got the primary 32 megapixel camera. It's got everything that you need. It's got a high refresh rate screen, which I like. I'm a big fan of that. It's OLED. It's got a folding screen. I mean, it works really, really well. And so my thoughts on this phone are at $499. It's one of the best value deals that you can get because it's not just a value phone. It's a value flip phone. So you're getting all those nice things, like you get the Snapdragon 7 Generation 1, which I think is a very good mid-tier chip. You're going to have some nice, smooth performance when you use this. It's not for AAA gaming. It's not for shooting 4K 60 video. It's for day-to-day stuff. Simple point-and-shoot camera sort of things. And I'll show you some photo samples here, and we'll talk about it some more. These are all photos that I took with the Motorola RAZR. So this is actually the front screen. Sorry, this is the primary camera on the outside because, of course, like I said, if you do the wrist twist motion, you can access the camera this way, or if you want, you can just double press the power button. You can open it that way. So there is a difference between this is the front camera and this right here is the selfie camera on the inside. This is pretty good lighting inside my studio here. You also see the aspect ratio is a little bit different. So a little bit wider angle this way, but you're capable of doing both. And of course you can record with front or back. And then just a nice little outside picture. Let me rotate this so you can see a little bit better. And there's my Baby Yoda lawn decoration for Christmas. Because of course everybody loves Baby Yoda. There's my car. There's me. This is a portrait mode shot with the selfie camera on the inside, which, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. And this is just a regular mode right here. So regular, and you got the bokeh right there with the portrait. So yeah, I think the camera's okay on this. It's one of those things where it's not necessarily going to like win any awards or National Geographic competitions, but it's something I think is perfectly serviceable. And I think it's been made out to maybe be worse than people think, than it actually is. Again, it doesn't stack up with the iPhone 15 Pro, but it's certainly, I think, serviceable under most normal conditions where folks take photos. I think a lot of people forget that. I don't think a lot of people go out and take a bunch of nighttime photos or nighttime video, or right? Mostly you're just taking normal shots of everyday life, which is, I think, what this camera is perfectly good for. And yeah, I like the phone quite a bit. I love this vegan leather. I love the way it looks. I love the texture. I think that Motorola did something pretty special here with this phone, especially at this $499 price tag. Really, really, really does make it like kind of go the extra mile as far as kind of feel like a luxury phone, but also a very good value at the same time. So in a nutshell, I really like the regular Motorola RAZR. I think that Motorola really did a bang up job with this phone. This is one thing where I'm like, all right, you set yourself apart from the rest of the competition. Samsung can't touch this. They might give you a little bit of a deal on the Z Flip 5, but there's nothing out there that's new, that's come out this last year, that even touches this at the $499 price point. And I mean, that's cheaper than the Pixel 8. That's cheaper than the S23. I mean, heck, it's about the same price as an A54, and I think it's got better hardware in it. I really wasn't very impressed with the A54. The performance on it with that Exynos is just not good. But yeah, I think that Motorola did a good job here. Is it perfect? No, it's not. I mean, there are compromises. The cameras, they're good, as we saw, they're good in sunlight. They're good with natural lighting. They're good when it's okay. And the low light probably isn't going to perform as well. Probably not going to be shooting a lot of low light video with this phone, but I don't think that's the intended purpose. I think this phone was really intended to finally get an affordable option out there. We've proven the technology is good. We've proven that the hardware is reliable. We've got a reputable brand. I mean, of course, it's nice. It's got the built-in fingerprint sensor and the power button. I love that as well. Facial recognition, you want to use that. And I just think that they did a good job. I mean, could it have better cameras? Yeah. Are they okay? Sure. They're definitely, it's 2023. It's hard to get a bad camera in 2023. This certainly isn't a bad camera. It's just not iPhone 15, not S23 caliber, not Pixel 8 caliber, but you're not paying those prices. You're not buying those phones. And there are compromises when your phone folds in half. So I understand that. I think most people that look at this phone understand that at this point, and they're just happy. They've had some tremendous deals at like Metro by T-Mobile and some other places where you can get it cheap. I think T-Mobile's carrying it now. You can get it at Best Buy, $499. You can get it from Motorola for $499. That's a good deal. It makes it hard to want to pay $699 after that, but I think you'll continue to see some good carrier deals. And again, if you want the more sophisticated version with some better stuff, the RAZR Plus at $699, and I think, like I said, I think it's the best flip phone of the year. I've been really impressed with that phone, even though it has a Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1 instead of the 8 Generation 2. I think they did a good job with it. I think it's got the best flip experience that I've experienced this year. And that pretty much wraps up my review on the regular RAZR. And I think it should be able to get you pretty much all-day battery for most normal situations. Decent camera. It looks nice. It's a great conversation starter. And yeah, finally got some affordable flipping phones and people's flipping hands. Pardon my flipping language. So that's all I got here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. If you have any questions or comments, of course, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you guys next time.